Hello friends, both old and new. I am John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes the People Come Together, where we share amazing and eclectic music with amazing and eclectic people, much like yourselves. I have this morning uploaded the teaser for this week, and the track is Desire by Gene Loves Jezebel. And that gets to the entire theme for this week, which is desire. We'll get to that in a moment. Gene Loves Jezebel, amazing band. They were some of the parents of Gothic music, along with a few other bands who we're going to talk about tonight. And I really hope you enjoy it. So desire is the theme for this week. And all the music that I'm putting together for tonight is talking about desire. Wanting that which one does not have. Coveting. Which anyone who is a bit of a biblical scholar or even reader knows that desire is a two-way street. Also, like Spock said on the original Star Trek, having is not so pleasing as wanting. It's not logical, but it's often true. One of my favorite quotes of all time. So, enjoy that. Interesting bit of trivia about Gene Loves Jezebel. It was founded by two brothers, Jay and Michael. They do not get along. You want to talk about sibling rivalry? The one sued the other. So next time you get into an argument with one of your siblings, if you're not an only child, just remember that. It could be a lot worse. Throwing that out there. So, the track list for Desire, which is week 7, which I think is awesome. You people are still listening to me, and you still care about what I have to share with you. So that means quite a bit to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. The Better Be Happy mix. The track is Sorry by DJ Chaos. I love this song. I know I say that every time I throw out a happy hardcore song, every time I throw something onto this mix, but seriously, this is a wonderful song. If you look on my full playlist, I have a mix that actually has a recording of this done by the DJ. I'm not sure right off the top of my head who it was, but he or she put together an amazing playlist and an amazing track set, and I really hope you enjoy it. And I'm sorry. It's all that you can say. This song almost makes me want to cry. It's really moving, at least to me. So, it's the Go Metal Platinum mix, which happens to be my personal favorite mix. Like I've told you before, when it comes to house and happy hardcore, I am trying to find my favorite mixes to share with you so that you can personally enjoy them. Following that, the fracking opera for this week. Oh, my boy Puccini. And I love me some Puccini. And he loves him some starving French people. La Boheme, which is an amazing opera. It's heart-wrenching, and it follows the stories of a very small cast who are all starving artists, essentially. One's a writer, one's an artist, one's a musician, and it follows their story, and this is an amazing opera. Luigi Illica and Giuseppe Giussana were the libretto writers, and they did quite a job. What's really cool about this opera, a little interesting bit of trivia, I did not get this recording because it is hard AF to find, but Arturo Toscanini was the original conductor when this opera first came out. And there's a 1946 recording of him conducting the same opera, which I think is so amazing. It's literally, as far as I know, the only recording of the original conductor conducting an opera that they were conducting on opening night. Outside of modern times, I mean, now everything's recorded, so it's a bit different. But at the time, that was so cool. But yeah, it's a Bohemian tragedy. Like I said, Puccini loves him some starving French people, and it's gonna break your heart. I'm just telling you ahead of time. And the majority of the musical isn't about the dire straits that these people are in. It's more about their desires for the things which they want and the lives which they want. And it's not an I want to get rich quick or anything like that desire. It's not I want to be appreciated for what I'm creating desire. Also, this version that I uploaded for you includes subtitles, so if you are from an English-speaking country, which the majority of my followers are, you can follow it in English. I think last time I checked my statistics, about 90% of my followers are from the United States, 7% are from the UK, and 3% are from Australia, Poland, Saudi Arabia, and Finland. So that interested me quite a bit, and people who don't live here and don't know me personally, I so much appreciate your support. And from what I understand, even those countries that aren't natively English speaking, people speak English. So I put the subtitles in there, and I hope that helps you enjoy this piece. The full album, one of my favorites. I always say that. I say that too much. I have so much favorite music. I guess it's almost loses its effect. But this is a great album. This is High Infidelity by REO Speedwagon. It's a double entendre. It's a play on words. If you're a child of the 1970s or the 1980s, High Fidelity was a recording style that was a step up from stereo, mono, and quadrophonia. So it was high fidelity recording, and this album is called High Infidelity. Guess what it's about? I'm sure anyone who has ever had a significant other who acted poorly knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's about high infidelity. And this album is a 40-minute sonnet to just rotten relationships and rotten ways that human beings treat each other, which comes back from people desiring things that they don't have, and so they act on that, and also people desiring somebody to be their one single partner, and that's not what's going on. Sorry. It's an amazing album. The cover artwork is well done because it plays on the whole concept. So I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you enjoy this album. Plus, these are the guys who invented the power ballad. How cool is that? Like, do you go to karaoke night? Everybody loves a power ballad. It's so fun. It's so heart-wrenching when you have a power ballad, because you have emotions, and then a guitar, and then emotions, and more guitar, and more emotions, and more guitar. And REO Speedwagon essentially invented the power ballad and refined it and processed it and created this album that absolutely made it a thing. Enjoy, please. Cover that kicks ass for this week. Oh, for all you people who like just heart-wrenching things, we have The Cure covering Joy Division's song Love Will Tear Us Apart Again. So these are some of the other fathers of Gothic music covering some of the other fathers of Gothic music. We're at 3 now, so I hope you all enjoy and appreciate that. Gothic music is all heartbreaking and tragic. There's actually some great stuff out there that's ironic and hilarious and funny. So that trope, that stereotype that Gothic music is all about slashing your wrists and all, no, it's a bunch of garbage. It's just a trope and a stereotype. But the humor, when there's humor, is dark. We're going beyond that. This is The Cure covering Joy Division. Joy Division were some of the parents of Gothic and electro music after Ian Curtis decided that he wanted to shuffle off the Mortal Coil. The rest of the members formed New Order, which has had such a heavy influence on electronic music. So, yeah, this is The Cure covering Love Will Tear Us Apart, which is a classic track. Back in the day at the goth clubs, you would hear this come out. I had a lot of trouble finding this cover, even though I knew it existed, but I finally found it. And this, as well as the theme of the week, reminds me of the days of my youth when I owned significantly more hair products, significantly more black clothing, and significantly more eyeliner. So that tells you a bit about my youth. But it's a great track, and I hope you love it. And I think it really captures the bleakness of the song, which, yeah, that's what it's all about. There's a whole theory, because Ian Curtis, who was the singer for Joy Division, had both a spouse who had a newborn and a lover. And there's a theory, which I pretty much adhere to, that he wrote this to his spouse, that, like, love will tear us apart. I'm that whole concept of you're somebody who I'm not good enough for, which, once again, all goes back to desire. So we're going to end this with the Whose House? John's House track for this week. Actually, this is I told you that I would bring New House out for all of you. So this is a person called Mickey Vanix, a very young DJ, and I believe this is his own remix, which is awesome. It's his remix of Somebody to Love. So I hope you enjoy that, and I'm not going to give any spoilers about it. I just want you to check it out. It's really good, though. And as I said, this week, next week, possibly the week following, for Whose House? John's House, I will add tracks from new house artists and new tracks. Okay, so last week, trivia. We had a question. I put up a track. I asked what book that the song Spice originated from, or movie, and named 3 characters who were not who did not have the same surnames. This was answered by Amy True. Amy, there's the smooch of the week. You already got one, but you know what? You can have another. So she said Varian Atreides, Fakin Butler, and Vladimir Harkonnen. Outside of Vladimir Harkonnen, congratulations on the obscurity points, because we're talking some serious stuff. That came from the actual prequels that were written posthumously after Frank Herbert died. People are very divided about whether they like those books or not, but congratulations on the memory. Quite impressive, young lady. So, this week's piece of trivia. I have named 3 bands who were quintessential to creating Gothic music. That would be Gene Loves Jezebel, The Cure, and Joy Division. Now, what I need for you to do for this week's trivia question, my friends, is name 3 other bands who had an album out before 1981, who were also creators of Gothic music. Any 3. I'm leaving a big gap here, but I want a little more audience participation. And even if you know that somebody else won the smooch for the week, please answer, because I want to hear what you have to say. Speaking of answering, do so in the comments section down below. Also, down below, like, share, subscribe. There's this big notification bell. Please hit it, because then you'll know when I put something new up. I am just so humbled that I have received so many subscribers and that people are following me and are this interested in music. Please share music with me. I'll share music with you, and keep sharing music with each other. I have to shout out, there are people who are also have channels and have shouted me out, and I have to return the favor. So thank you, Azor Hype, AU Pack Mule, who I had a live stream with last night. Please check that out. It was awesome. I was talking about the music of Game of Thrones. Indeed Geek, Lauren's Corner, and Raw Rest. All of you have said something about my page, and I just want to say something about your channel. Even though, as I said, you have significantly more followers than me, return the love. It's all about returning the love. Please, everybody, return the love. And if you have comments about the music, please leave them. Even if you don't like it, leave a comment, but try and be nice. This is a PLUR community, and I'd like to keep everything civil. But in the meantime, please, if you would be so kind, be excellent to one another, and party on.